This video I want to talk about Harry Potter. And I have a confession. I never liked it. Seriously. It came out when I was about 13. I'm 35 now, so I think I was just a little bit too teenagery to really enjoy it. So I read a few pages of the first one, and it just got really popular really fast. And I am still now, and was certainly back then, very much a contrarian young Michael. And I never got into it. And I made a point of not liking it because everyone else did, and that satisfied me. I didn't like that he was ostensibly like a nerdy kid. I guess that's just the glasses and stuff. I don't know, I didn't like the look of him. I don't know, it sounds quite mean now when I say it out loud, but yeah. My mum bought me the second one, and I read quite a bit of that, maybe 4 or 5 chapters of that. And because I don't know if I didn't know it was the second one or something, but I was maybe 14. I don't know. I haven't looked at the ages or the release dates of the books, but I'm just guessing here. I read it and just kind of didn't get into it, and then was like, no, I definitely don't like this. And since then, I haven't bothered, and I still, up to this point, have enjoyed being a bit like, no, I don't like Harry Potter. And then you meet someone else who doesn't like Harry Potter, and you high five them and stuff. You have something in common there. However, I got married. That was me pointing to my ring. Got married, and my wife loves Harry Potter. Of course she does. And her best friend loves Harry Potter, and her workmates love Harry Potter, and they go to the Harry Potter buildings in London, and they do the Harry Potter things. And naturally, we talked about Harry Potter, and I said I didn't like it. She loves it, so she's been trying to get me to read it for a long time. And I made her a deal. And I said, look, when we have children, I will read Harry Potter to the children. We don't have children. But we went to London, and in London there are, as you probably know, all the Harry Potter shops with all the Harry Potter merchandise. And I kind of like that. I like that merchandise. The chess set, so cool. So I decided that I would look into getting some nice editions of Harry Potter. And as you can probably see behind me, there's the box set there, which I ordered. It's been sat on the shelf, looking beautiful. I think they're really nice. They look really nice. It's so inviting. So I just decided to crack one open. Just the first one, obviously. Before I start, though, I must warn you, there are some heavy spoilers ahead for the first 5 chapters of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So if, by some modern miracle, you haven't read this book, please be aware that I will be spoiling it for you. Unashamedly, unabashedly, spoiling it for you. He dies at the end. He doesn't die at the end. There you go. My wife was super excited when I started reading it. And I've made a start, as you can see from the bookmark here. I am, let's see, on chapter 6. And I got to tell you, I really like it. It's super easy to read. I'm massively engaged. And I'm really excited because I know, obviously, look at how many books there are. It's a heck of a long adventure. I really am excited to get started. I like that there aren't, the text, I don't know if you can see, is not too cramped, so the pages go by pretty quickly. Strange thing to talk about, but they do. It's quite a fast read. And I feel like 2-3 days, I'll be finished this, and I would have finally read a Harry Potter book. We can talk about the films. I've never seen any of the films all the way through. And this is what I think is quite exciting. Because I am what many of you aspire to be. I don't mean that as grossly, arrogantly as it sounds. What I mean is, you, Harry Potter fan, you love Harry Potter. You've read Harry Potter, you've watched the films, and you so wish, don't you? I know you do. You so wish that you could go back and experience it for the first time. Well, guess what? That's me. That's what I'm doing. I think what I really want to do with this series is to allow you, massive Harry Potter fan, the opportunity to read for the first time the Harry Potter series from beginning to end, experience all those magical moments for the first time vicariously through me. I think that's what I'm really excited to do with this series. I'm going to, and I haven't done this yet, I'm going to use the official app thing. My wife knows all about this stuff. To find out what house I'm in, because I've not done that. I don't know. And when I get to that chapter of the book, I know about the sorting hat. I'm going to sort myself using that app and share that with you. And I'm quite excited to do that because I don't know. My wife thinks I'm going to be in Ravenclaw. I don't really know what that means. I think they're the clever ones, so I'll take that as a compliment. Thanks very much. Yeah, and I think that's just really what this series will be about, is me sharing my first read of Harry Potter with you. I've said before, I'll say it again. I'm very excited. First impression so far, I tell you what, I love the way that she writes Hagrid. I love his dialogue. I love that you can tell he's from the west, the southwest, like sort of Bristol area. I know Robbie Coltrane plays him in the films. I think he does that kind of voice. I've listened to Stephen Fry do it. It's fantastic. So I love that. And she writes it so you almost can't really read it in any other way, because I think it's definitely a West Country accent. What else have I read? The letters in chapter 3, the incessant, endless letters that he receives. I love that. That was really fun to read about. Finding Diagon Alley, I thought was weird. The 3 brick thing above a bin, that was cool. I guess that was okay. It's like, is the bin always there? Do you know the bricks are there because the bin's there? Surely the bin moves. I don't know. Hagrid finds it, so I guess he just knows the bricks, right? It was just funny that it was talking about a bin being there. And then you go into the alley, and then in my head it was an alley because it's Diagon Alley. But then it seems to be like a sprawling, busy shopping like boulevard with a bank and the goblins and everything. Lots of children picking up stuff for their journey to Hogwarts, so their gowns, their wands, their hats and everything. And I was like, well, did they all come in the same way? Were they already there? This is an interesting kind of confusing aspect of it so far. I guess I'm going to find out more about that as I read. Yeah, chapter 6, where are we? The journey from platform 9 3/4, so like classic. He's about to go through the invisible wall. I've been to King's Cross. And you go through and then you get on the train and then... Yeah, that's something that's weird as well, like how the world works. So this map, right, it says down here, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. So I imagine that is this the world? Is this the wizarding world? Apparently not. Apparently this is just Hogwarts. But then they go through a couple of portals to a magic land, but it's not clear to me yet exactly how it works. And my wife is super annoyed. She's like, just don't worry about it. It's not important. To me, it's massively important. Like, I need to know the science of it. And I'm sure there is, but it's not been done yet. But that's another thing I'm just excited to read about. Obviously, I can't get to the end of this section without talking about the Dursleys and how mean they are, how horrible they are to Harry. And I found them quite funny, but also maybe like a bit over the top in terms of how cruel they are. Like, why would Dumbledore's like this really hugely intelligent magic man, wizard? Sorry, I know this is hugely important to you. I'm sorry, and yet he thinks that it's fine just to leave Harry there, even though surely he knows that they're going to really mistreat him and abuse him and make him live with spiders in a cupboard. If I was Harry, I might be a bit more resentful towards Dumbledore than just the way he is. But there you go. Those are my impressions. And like I said, reading up to about chapter 10 next time. So there we are. I'm sure the next time I catch up with you will be the video in which I'm going to share what house I was in. I'll keep you updated with how I'm getting on. It should be a heck of an adventure. Cheers.